Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Loving Your Life with Mama D. And of course, I'm Glenda Davis, aka Mama D. Well, I'm just going to do a short video. It's just something that was on my heart and something that I just want to share with you all because I've been doing videos and YouTubing for a little over 2 years now, maybe 2.5 years. I'm getting really close to 1,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate those of you who have already subscribed, and for those of you who watch my videos on a constant and continual basis, and you just don't know how much I appreciate that. Every time you pull up a video and you see your views go up, it just makes you feel really good that somebody's looking at your content. I started this channel because for my age category, I didn't see a whole lot of women that was in their 60s who were doing YouTubes at the time. So I started because I was taking care of my mom. At the time, she was, I believe, 99 during the pandemic, because the pandemic started in 2020, and my mom turned 100 in 2020. So yeah, and I took great care of her until we lost her into. She was 101. Um, and I have a video all about what happened. It was very traumatizing, but we got through it. Um, I did it because I had a lot of time at home with her. I wasn't doing much else but cooking and, like, just doing some housekeeping and things like that. I was going back and forth between my house and her house. And plus, I had a husband, and I had at the time 3 girls. And as some of you all know, that me and my husband began to do foster care, and I took in 3 girls because they were kids that I knew, and there was a situation where me and my husband needed to step in. So we ended up adopting 2 of the girls, because the older sibling, she was 18, now she's like 20, and she's on her own. Anyway, the girls are a lot of fun to have around, and they're the ones who really kind of help me with the yard. And you see them out here doing painting and gardening. They have been helping me dig and do all kinds of things. And and like, for my age, we have been living in this house for 40, probably 40 or 41 years. And I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. Now, this is the truth. I never came back in my backyard in the 40 years that I lived here and did anything, anything to it. I never planted a seed. I never planted a flower. I never put down grass seed. I never cut the grass. I never trimmed the bush. Um, I rarely ever even took out the garbage, because I raised 4 sons, a grandson, and a nephew. So, with always having young men around the house, there was no need for me to take out the garbage. I didn't have to really shovel. I didn't cut grass or do anything. And I did not care about gardening. I mean, sometimes I would put out maybe a flower or two in the front. And one year, my son and at the time his girlfriend, for Mother's Day, put out flowers for me, did a little gardening for me out front, which was absolutely beautiful. And in the meantime, I set out I think some mums, and maybe some tulips or something like that, and maybe some lilies. And they just come back every year. I didn't fertilize. I did not care. But what happened is, times have changed. And I realize, we don't know what's coming. We don't know what's coming down the road, but I know that after the pandemic, when prices went up, eggs were $4 for a carton of eggs, and just everything, cereal and milk and everything was just out the water. And we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we can have another pandemic again. And because we are so sick of COVID, and we just, in all the loss that we suffered and everything that we went through, and wearing the mask and stuff, I think if anything like that happened again, I think the people are going to be very rebellious. And they feel like, they've been vaccinated, and people are not going to be wearing masks and doing what they need to do. So we don't know how things would ever go again. And when you look at the news, you see things are really rough right now. But as for a believer, I believe the word of God. I believe that what he said is true. I believe that he's coming back for us, his people. And I believe that you have to be ready. You can't be getting ready. You have to be ready when he comes. So, and I'm not here to preach a sermon. I'm not here to push any religion on nobody. All I'm saying is that, when you look around and you see the stars, the moon, clouds, the sky, the sun, the earth, and the trees and the flowers and all the vegetables and the mountains and the ocean and all of its splendor, you know that there is a God. You know that there is somebody higher than us that have created us, because we did not create ourselves. It's only because of him that we live and move and have our being, period. So I just feel that, us, especially African American women, we are diagnosed more with high blood pressure, heart disease. We're like on number one on the charts, okay? It's diabetes, cancer, it's all these sicknesses and things are upon us. And when we go to the doctor, and I'm just going to speak on me, when I go to the doctor, I can't leave the office before they try to write another prescription. You say, oh, my arm hurt. Girl, they got a prescription for that. You say you got a headache. They got a prescription for that. Your eye hurt. They got a prescription for that. It's nothing is natural anymore. We don't have like use regular remedies. Now, back in the day, your mama and your daddy or whoever you live with, they use Band-Aids, some gauze, some of that red stuff, methylate or whatever you call that red stuff. Curacum or something. I can't remember what it was. Some Father John, some castor oil with some honey or something. You weren't going to no doctor. And we did everything outside. We made mud pies. We got in the dirt. We drank water from the water hose. We all did the same thing, especially in our community. We did the same thing. Everybody had the same rule. Be in the house when the street lights come on. Clean up your house before you go outside. Saturday, we washed our hair and got our hair done because we were going to church on Sunday. But we've gotten away from so much of it. Even our kids saying, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. We even have our issues with that. And some of us, we just think that is not even necessary anymore. So much has changed. But for us, especially us who are grandparents, and if you're like in your 60s and up, you're no doubt a grandparent at our age. And I'm telling you, I love my grandchildren. I love for them to be around. The girls, now that there are girls that we have adopted them, they keep us young, they keep us going. And yes, I do have some stressful times, girl. I'm not going to kid you, okay? But they're, one's a teenage girl, okay? And but I don't give her a pass to act up just because she's a teenager, because I'm what they call old school, okay? Now, I hope that all of you, as you watch our videos or watch my videos, and whether I'm cooking or if I'm out here in the yard or having a doctor's appointment or what have you, I hope that you, first of all, understand I'm doing this because I love people. I love you guys. I have a great interest in cooking, and I am learning to love my yard. I am learning. Girl, getting out here planting seed. I know my garden, it is not, honey. In my pot, look, this one behind me, it's supposed to have my sunflower seed in it, but you see nothing sticking up in there. But I am not going to give up. And I admonish you, if you have a piece of land, a little small yard, just a little corner that you can plant in, just get you one of those little box, a raised garden bed. Or if you have a porch or just somewhere, just get you a pot that you can, just get one of these little pots and get you some bag of potting soil and some seeds and plant something and watch it grow. It is so much fun. And I don't profess to know anything about gardening. I don't. I really, really don't. I don't know anything. Someone, Blissful Spaces, she mentioned about checking my soil. I don't know how to do that. I watch some other YouTubers and see plants turning yellow. I just YouTube it and see what they say. Use somebody even said some ammonia. I'm like, ammonia? That ain't gonna kill the plant. They said something. Let me tell you something. Gardening is science. That's what I learned. Gardening is science. Period. Now, if you didn't like science in school, it's all right, because not only is it science, it's fun, it's nature, and we need to get back to nature. Our parents, the grandparents did it, when they were on their farms and way back, and most of us either from Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, New Orleans, or something like that, somewhere in the South, the Carolinas, and you planted. They planted. And if you were a little girl, if you lived in the city, you went back to your family farm and you saw all those things. You saw it, but you may not have cared, but somebody planted and somebody had a harvest, and that's how they fed the family. And it might come back to that with us too, feeding the family from your own yard. I know it seems like maybe that's an exaggeration that we'll end up eating from our yards, but even if it doesn't come to that, and you always have enough money where you can go to the store and get your green beans, your potatoes, your rice, and they always say keep some eggs, some flour, some sugar, some salt. You can make pretty much anything. There go my neighbor's dog. He loves to bark. Yeah, but even if you can go to the store and get anything you want, that's fine and well, but it's just a beauty in having a yard or having your own vegetables and fruit to grow, whether it's a tree, a vine, a plant, a tomato plant, and just sit down one day and have your salad with tomatoes from your garden that you grew with your hands. Okay. That's all. So no, I'm not a professional gardener, none of that. I am a certified health coach. That is what I do. And I even have reservations about, it's like when you have a situation and you go to YouTube, somebody gonna say eggs not good, somebody gonna say eggs are good, somebody gonna say sugar's okay, somebody else gonna say sugar's not okay, somebody else gonna say eat beans, somebody else gonna say don't eat beans, somebody gonna say drink water, somebody else gonna say no, don't drink no water. You turn on the TV, you don't know what is right. you you don't know what to do. Okay. But my situation, I listen to my body. I know when I don't feel good. I know when something ain't right. I know when I'm fatigued, when I'm tired. I know when I need sleep. I pretty much know what my headaches are coming from. When my back is hurt, I know what to do. Go somewhere and lay down. I've gotten injections. Honey, that's going to be a whole nother video. I'm going to tell y'all about my health journey one of these days, if y'all got time. But honey, I tell you, whoo, the doctors, honey, you can't leave that office unless they give you a prescription. I think they get paid to write a prescription, or they get penalized if they don't give you a prescription when you leave that office. But however it is, you're going to get a prescription. My God. But anyway, I'm through. I'm not going to make this a long video. I just wanted to come out here and talk to you a little bit out in my yard that I'm just getting acquainted with after 40 years. It's a shame, but it's the truth. But anyway, Mama D, I love y'all. Listen, you have a very blessed day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Tell me what you're doing in your yard. If you're planning to plant something, if you haven't, if you already have, just give me a little conversation, because I love to hear from you. Okay? So as I always say, it's your life. You love it. And make the best of it, okay? And until next time, you have a very blessed day. Bye-bye.